Oh, hello there, Site 42 staff, as well as those of you from the greater SCP Foundation community. And welcome to another Fan Art Friday, a subsidiary of the anomalous broadcast from Site 42. As always, I am Dr. Theron Sherman, Site Director here at Site 42 of the SCP Foundation. And as I have done for the last nearly 10 months and counting, because the daily streak remains strong, I am here to open my office door to you, the SCP Foundation staff, to answer your burning questions about this dark and mysterious place of employment we call the SCP Foundation. So whether you have questions about the anomalies we contain, the staff who contain them, the groups of interest who try to stop us from containing them, or hypothetical containment procedures for anomalies that fall outside the SCP Foundation's purview, perhaps they're from a different multiverse or pataphysical narrative level, i.e. fandom, we are here for the next 50 minutes. It's a short stream today, Fan Art Friday, and once Fan Art Friday is completed, we will have some standard Q&A before I jet off to today's much work we have to do today, coming into this weekend. But before I begin the Fan Art Friday, a quick reminder, during Fan Art Friday, I first priority go through the fan arts to show them off. That means donations and questions will be on hold during the opening of this stream. Furthermore, I need to begin with a little bit of housekeeping. Dr. Val, congratulations on being the #1 most punctual member of today's Containment Hazard Assessment team, i.e., congratulations on being first chatter. Then, B Librarian, Senior Researcher Alex, Amber, 369 Destroyer, Lil Ghost, Intern Kudakin, Drift Spawn, everyone who I have just named, thank you for being punctual and thank you for being members of Site 42. We appreciate your membership and your service. And finally, Kyla, Panelli, No Way Gaming, X1 Lycanthropy, and Emolink. Welcome to today's stream. Thank you for being punctual, and thank you for being here just for being you. Now, starting today's Fan Art Friday, let me pull up what we are dealing with today. And so, our first Fan Art Friday of today comes from Dr. Singer. Yes. Dr. Singer, where'd you go? Browser, help me. Where are you? Where? All right, things got rearranged. I don't know why. But we're starting with musical sand instead. So, the prompt is, it seems my reconciliation gift between Dr. Sherman and Dr. Gerald wasn't as well received as I had hoped. And we have, but sir, I demoted to D class. Silence, future D class. Intern musical sandbang demoted by me because you gave Dr. Gerald a fucking helicopter. It was a bad idea. It's a bad idea, is what I'm saying, and you deserved what you got. Also, very interesting three-dimensional polygonal art, as if you're making an SCP game of me demoting you to D class. That would be a fun game. I could just press the demote button, and everyone who angers me gets chewed up in the D class blender. I love it. So remember, that was Musical Sand, not Dr. Singer. They're out of order right now. Where did they go? I'm going in order that this is currently set up in, and hopefully I find everybody. So, next up is Kyla. Kyla requested an SCP to draw, and that SCP was Tubioka. This is a fantastic sketching of Tubioka. I very much think this is some well-made art. Good job, Kyla. Very good job. Tubioka, SCP what? 4885, I believe? Tubioka. 4966. 4966. There's so many numbers. How do you remember all the numbers? So yes, that was SCP-4966. Tubioka, Destroyer of Worlds, Devourer of Souls, Consumer of Secrets, Lord of Munchies. So, good work, Kyla. Moving on. There's Dr. Singer. Dr. Singer also requested an SCP to draw, and they chose their medium to be watercolors. So I said, why would you not, with watercolors, draw the water nymph? And I think as a watercolor, it is very appropriate for the water nymph to be pictured this direction. Now, alongside that, Dr. Singer also sent us Josie the half-cat chasing a booterfly out in the field of flowers. The colors here are quite wonderful. Good work. Very nice. Very pretty, Dr. Singer. Good work. Moving on. Next up in our line is Intern Kudakin. Now, Intern Kudakin, you sent a step-by-step guide for your joke here, and it's in no conceivable order in the attachments, which means I would have to go pick all of these in strange orders, because they are not in a 1 to 7 order. They are just bounced around in every conceivable order, which makes this very hard for me to show the chat. And also, I must say, for sending speed paints of your work or step-by-step processes, let's just leave it to final processes or final copies in the emails. We have a lot of submissions, and I need to make sure that we have time for them all. So from now on, let's make it a casual rule that I don't have to enforce because you're not going to give me a problem. All these step-by-step processes, all these speed paints, we don't need them no more. Final copy only. Furthermore, I'm going to show the main events here because the main events, I think, are what's important. So, Intern Kudakin has sent us, number 1, a refresher of the Dr. Sherman plushie alongside SCP-5031. And I just think those are neat, so I'm showing those again. And then, after several rounds of doing something terrible, we have a second monstrosity. Oh, that's Sebastian Salas. You know what? Sebastian Salas looks like SCP-5031. I'm just saying. I'm just saying that looks the same. I don't know what a Sebastian Salas is. I've never played that game. I know what an SCP-5031 is, and that's very similar. And I would be distracted by the delightful cooking. Suffice it to say, I don't know why you would ever make such a thing. This is terrible. I don't know why you did this. SCP-049 Pledge Docteur is next in line. Next in line is SCP-049 Plague Doctor sending us a Was there only 2 things? No, there were 3 things. There was more than one thing. Some more candy bracelet art of you don't have to be the fastest researcher, just not the slowest. For those of you in the Foundation Fitness Initiative, you understand this intrinsically, that you do not have to be the fastest researcher, just not the slowest. Hit the gym, people. We got to have nerd rage. We have to have strong nerds. That way we can survive the nerdpocalypse. Then we have an SCP-049 who is making angry bird sounds, so you should stay away before you be zombified. Very annoying anomaly. Then we have Dr. Alto Clef, but instead of a ukulele, it turns out that Clef is also an avid Guitar Hero fan. Didn't know this about Clef. I personally used to run the on-site Guitar Hero karaoke night, which is when you play Guitar Hero or Rock Band as if it's a karaoke night at the bar, or the commissary in our case. And then we have many, many of your candied bracelets. Candied bracelets for the people in the SCP scheme. Good work. Ooh, sore arm from Jim. You see, I am lifting. You better be lifting too. Next up. Dr. Val. No, not Dr. Val. Why does this keep changing orders on me? I clicked on Dr. Val, but I got Agent Zenith. So, Agent Zenith, apparently my mailbox thinks you're next. So, Agent Zenith, send us Alto Clef from the cat-made waifu dimension. And a fuzzier Alto Clef from the cat-made waifu dimension. Why does Everett Man have a Miku wig? Every Miku is canon. So not only is there Hot Shermiku, but now there's an Everett Manku. Everett Manku. Interesting. Good work, Agent Zenith. By the way, is it Zenith or is it Zenith? How do you, it's your name. I don't even remember which way the actual word's pronounced, let alone what I am calling you. Let me know. Next up, Roar Caution. Roar Caution is sending us an assortment of the arts. Let us enjoy. I am looking very pretty. Very pretty. Very nice. I do not actually understand this one at all. What is yelling? What is that in the middle? Why is there yelling, roar? I do not understand, eh? Now this sketch of desk, this I understand. This is a very fine looking desk. Next up, Dr. Chair, looking sharp. Dr. Chair, looking sharp. Puppy of Interest Charlie. Puppy of Interest Charlie has art. And I think that's a little lab coat and tie if I'm not seeing details I'm not supposed to be seeing. But I am interpreting, and this is very nice. Good work, Roar Caution. Hold on one second. Intern Helldiver. The rule 0 of the SCP database is don't be a dick. The SCP Foundation is an arts community. That means sometimes we're going to get very high quality art, and sometimes we're going to find people who are learning, who are practicing, and we encourage that. Bad art is the first step to making good art. So you shut your hole. Do it again, and I will hide you from the channel. We do not insult the artists who are working on their craft. This is your only warning. That goes for everyone, by the way. Where was I? Ah, yes. Next up on our list, Intern Hazard. Intern Hazard has drawn for us. Everyone dance or be declassified. I'm very for real, no joke, dance party. It's the D-class gun. You know what? I actually appreciate a good dance party. Thank you, Alto. And everybody dance now. Yeah, or you'll get shot. Yeah, and be D-class. Yeah. Very good. And Dr. Val ended up at the tail end of the stream. So now Dr. Val is our grand finale, which I guess makes sense. Dr. Val did get the thumbnail today. So here we are. So Dr. Val has sent to us SCP-513, the cowbell. Don't ring it. Ringing it will be bad for you. I'll zoom out. It has a nice use of absence of space in the darkness. Very nice. Next up, the thumbnail of today, SCP-2521. Thankfully, our memetic and cognitohazardous filters on this stream protect us from being got right now. But that thing in the mountains looks real good, Dr. Val. Real good. The texture on the paint. Loving it. Good brush strokes to create texture there. And SCP-8000, the seal of approval. What a nice anomaly. Dr. Val, as well as everybody else who submitted art, congratulations on your creations. Thank you for submitting. We'll see whatever comes next in the next Fan Art Friday. And remember, if you are in the Site42 Discord server, don't forget to share your fan arts there so people can enjoy them and maybe download them and use them for things. SCP is a creative commons community, so it's all about sharing and caring. Now, let me return to the chat, where we will have some standard Q&A for the next 30 minutes. But before I do, let me catch up on the donations that came during the Fan Art Friday. Dark Matter, thank you for sending a Sunday to today's Containment Hazard Assessment team. Ryan Blackwell, thank you for sending a bronze medal or 3 to today's Containment Hazard Assessment team. Pimp Demon, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Grab yourself some waffles on your way past the commissary. Hey, I just described the SCP, but it just laughed, then said cute, no thanks, and left. Funny that it made it that far through our cognitohazardous filters just to taunt you. It must really not like you. I'm sorry for such an insult, but that's between you and it. Or HR. Or anomalous relations, AR. Next up. Gold2 Slayer, thank you for your first donation to today's stream as well as being a member. Grab yourself a California omelet on your way past the commissary. The anomalous kobold is here. Hi, Dr. Sherman. I'm still on good behavior, have not broken entertainment. Did you mean containment? Did the keyboard do that to you, or did you get the wrong word there? Had to do some testing with SCP-953, and all I'm going to say is it was an uncomfortable interview. Yes, 953 immensely desires to murder, and so you should stay a distance from 953. Everyone should stay a distance from 953. It does want to kill all of you. Whoa. Intern Schneeman, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Grab yourself a wafa thin mint on your way past the commissary. Hello, it's me, Site 9. Well, roger that, Site 9. Is everything going well on your side of the planet? .369 Destroyer, thank you for your first donation to today's stream as well as being a member. Grab yourself a cricket pie on your way past the commissary. Every time I see that damn cowbell, I just think of Markiplier yelling, "Bing bong, bring it on!" Man, I haven't watched those in a while. Maybe I need to go back and rewatch the Containment Breach with Markiplier streams. Drift Spawn, thank you for your first donation to today's stream as well as being a member. Grab yourself a candy cane on your way past the commissary. Hello. Hello. Cool Man Fight, thank you for your first donation to today's stream as well as being a member. Grab yourself a crepe on your way past the commissary. It's up to you if you choose savory or sweet. Hello, Dr. Sherman. It's Fanart Friday. You're damn right it is. We got a frick ton of snow, and I'm using that snow to cool down some Cuba vodka. Is the brand name Cuba, or is it Cuban vodka? Either way, yes, I do recall that in places where snow is more common, instead of having an ice box, people just stick their beveraginos and foodstuffs packaged into the snow to keep them on ice. I, being from Florida, have never experienced such a thing. Although, my fucking hometown got snow this weekend. Or last weekend. There were snow flurries in Tampa, Florida. Shit's whack. Is it just me, or does your hair color change each post? Are they perhaps anomalous? No, Intern Agony, my hair changes bi-monthly approximately. And it is not anomalous. The on-site hairstylist is just that good. Cool Man Fight, thank you for donating again. It's a brand called Cuba Vodka. Interesting, I've never heard of it, but I'll have to check it out. If I'm drinking anomalous fluid that evening, my vodka of choice is typically Tito's. You saw nothing. Whoever describes the art will be kidnapped. Intern Cardisova. The anomaly that is in the thumbnail of today's stream is an anomaly designated SCP-2521. If you verbally or write description of the anomaly, it knows that you described it and it comes and kidnapped you. The only reason we're safe here is because I have certain memetic and cognitohazardous shielding on this stream, allowing us to discuss it while we are present. Do not discuss this anomaly outside of this stream, or bad things will happen to you. Read the SCP-2521 document for more details. Intern Kudakin, thank you for your first donation to today's stream, as well as being a member. Grab yourself a latte on your way past the commissary. Got a new pen, snatched it from a guy writing bio. Why are you stealing pens, man? That's a crime. We don't do crimes at the Foundation. We are very lawful. Fascist, but lawful. Unless we're not following the law of the governments we don't agree with because we're more important than them. Anyways, don't steal. Unless it's part of a mission for the Foundation. Cool Man Fight, thank you for donating again to say, I saw everything that happens with that pen. Then you definitely saw it not leave my hand in any accidental manner. I'm glad we agree on this. Driftspawn, thank you for donating again to say, when I tried to send a super chat, is higher, it don't work. Well, I don't know exactly what you mean by that statement, but Super Chat's keyboard for sure is super glitchy, which is why I'm assuming you have all of those typos and spacing issues there. Yeah, YouTube Super Chat keyboard is terrible, which is why, as a good backup, the pinned chat is our support link, beings.ai/site42. It has a link to our Ko-Fi, which I did see a Ko-Fi notification, so let me get that before I forget it. Rose Lady, Thank you for your first donation to today's stream, and thank you for making the effort to go through the Ko-Fi. You see, besides having a functional working keyboard, it also takes far less of your donation than YouTube Super Chats do. A Ko-Fi donation takes about 3%, a YouTube Super Chat takes 30%. So especially if you're gifting higher amounts, going through the Ko-Fi is just bang for your buck more efficient, and we appreciate you going through the effort. Make sure to grab yourself a parfait on your way past the commissary. I heard everybody likes parfaits. Kitty Fly says, I hope Dr. Sherman doesn't mean Dr. Sherman. That would be a paradox. Oh! Hey, not bad. Not bad on the punning there. That came out of nowhere. Furthermore, I have met myself in the multiverse multiple times, and yes, it's not a good time for anybody. It is quite a paradox. I don't get it. Lucas the Intern, if you write it out, it's the word pair, as in two things, O, and then docs, as in short for doctors. There's hyphens in between. Pair, O, docs. Returning back to the standard chat. Intern Ophelia says, hello, Dr. Sherman. Glad to say I'm finally healthy, despite being sick for over 3 weeks. Glad to say I'm back and working on some more fan art for next week. Well, that's wonderful, Ophelia. I'm glad to hear it. And I'm glad to hear that you are healthy again. Both art creation and not being sick, big wins, especially on this, our Victory Friday. Goldtooth Lair, thank you for donating again to say, spell correct doesn't work from time to time, but yes, I kept away from SCP-953. Can't say the same for one of the D-Class, though. Poor fella. Yeah, get wrecked, D-Class. That's what they're there for. Dr. Sherman, do you want to be a 7-2-9? That's J. I hate the sentence more than anything. I never want to be anything related to that. What is the rest of the sentence? Hybrid. You want... No. 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 No, no. No, no. No. Cool Man Fight, thank you for donating again to say, Danish meatballs or Swedish meatballs? Well, considering I'm unaware of Danish meatballs and their composition and recipe, I have to vote for Swedish meatballs by default. If I were to try Danish meatballs or know what they were at all, I might have a different opinion, but I don't, so I don't. Well, I'll draw it anyways. You are barking up a declassification, Dr. Val. I'm warning you. I'm warning you. Have you ever met Dr. Raymond Ham in other multiverses? Intern Zombie Cat, I'd prefer not to. It's something I just don't like reliving. Intern Kudikin, thank you for donating again to say. I mean, the guy was terrified when I saw him writing his bio violently, like he was possessed. Anyways, can I get some ink? I'm gonna draw 7-2-9-J. Son of a bitch. Why are you all like this? I see. So, you are now in possession of SCP-067. Okay. Do not draw that thing with SCP-067. If a fictional iteration of that thing comes to life and we have to deal with it, I'm going to be very cross with you. User Stormy Orchid, staff member. That's what I'm going to go with. Staff member Stormy Orchid. Thank you for sending a bronze medal to today's Containment Hazard Assessment team. Drift Spawn, thank you for donating again to say, I have a report from Clef, it's just a your mama joke. That does sound like a standard field report from Dr. Clef. That's not shocking. Just let Alto do his job. No, I'm not making an animation of Dr. Sherman suffering because of eating the Bible. Hides my SCP pre-animation sketchbook. Oh, dear Lord. That short synth, bringing that back to light, is causing so much trouble. I believe someone in the chat is asking, how was Jesus Land? Listen, that happened back at Thanksgiving, basically. You can go back to the Thanksgiving streams and see the stream before Jesus Land is the one where I ate the Bible. I didn't know that was going to be happening. That was an honest to whatever SCP Jesus you want to pray to surprise to me. So I titled the theme of the stream as something completely off the wall, random. Because it was supposed to be a random stream, normal stream. We're just normal men. Oh, Synth. This is when you show up. Like I summoned you. Oh my gosh. Synth is a moderator on the channel, but more importantly, that's because Synth is the editor and community manager for Site 42. Does a lot of the upload schedule as well. So, Synth, you're a bastard. Thank you for being here. Love you, buddy. You jerk. Ah. Intern Schneeman, thank you for donating again to say, I created my own SCP. It's called SCP-1299-J. Well, first and foremost, please don't create more SCPs. We have too many SCPs to contain. They take a lot of resources. It's really rough. Let's not make any more on purpose, please. Ow! Author Sherman says, make all the SCPs you want. And, yeah, stop it. Drift Spawn, thank you for donating again to say, I need to go now. I'm going to break its legs like the Godfather. You're going to break Dr. Clef's legs? Good luck. Clef is rather combat capable. I mean, if you threaten to break my legs, I might just kick you with my strong, strong dancer legs. But Clef is a lot more combat capable than me, so you're barking up a pretty dangerous tree there. By the way, time check Site 42 staff. We are currently 18 minutes left in stream, approximately 18 minutes left in stream. So get your questions in. What is the scariest and unique SCP in your opinion? Oh no. Wait a minute. I just had a new winner for the scariest SCP. I don't remember if I mentioned it on stream to you guys yesterday, or if I thought of this off stream. Does anyone remember what my new scariest SCP was? Gah. It was a really good one. It was horrifying. Intern Quantum, welcome to Site 42 staff. Thank you for subscribing. Yes! Yes, Dr. Frogman, thank you. Thank you. The scariest SCP is, in fact, Skippy. Skippy, the SCP Clippy. The SCP mascot character from SCP-9035, codename Foundation Land. A giant mascot of Skippy that will chase you down and pummel you to death. SCP-9035, codename Foundation Land. Horror game. When, please. Thank you, Dr. Frogman, for remembering. Sometimes I go stream to stream to stream. We've been streaming for nearly 10 months straight. References need to be refreshed a couple times before I remember them. There's a lot going on. Intern Razor. Yes, Prize People is high up on the list. Prize People is high up on the list of scariest SCP, for sure. That is terrifying. Rebel Commander, thank you for your first donation to today's stream, as well as being a member. Grab yourself a fruitcake on your way past the commissary. Here's a good quote I came up with a while ago, then forgotten, just remembered. Ignorance is bliss, but also a prison of the mind. Also, time check how long stream. Well, now you know that stream is about 15 minutes left. And, pardon. You are correct, ignorance is bliss, but also a prison of the mind. Also, don't forget to read SCP Tale, Ignorance is Bliss by yours truly. I describe it as Terminator in the SCP universe caused by pattern screamers inside the Matrix. It's a pretty fun tale. I like to think so. I did write it, so, you know, a little narcissism there. Lil Ghost, thank you for sending a beautiful flower to today's Containment Hazard Assessment team. Drawing SCP-4999 as he wears formal clothes. What style clothes exactly should I do? So I believe, Ophelia, that there is a photograph of SCP-4999 on the database. And I wouldn't say necessarily formal. It's more of a casual suit. You can see with the wide neck of the collar and the tie. This is a general suit more than a formal suit. But it is pretty freaking cool. It's a good look. Dr. Frogman, you are correct. He do got that shit on for real. Does, with dark formal wear being the only constant between manifestations. Okay, it says formal wear in the thing. But if Derek the suit guy from Twitter were here, then I believe that he would say this is a more casual suit. It seems like a more casual well, that might be... it could be a tuck suit. I don't know. I would need to see a better picture. Fun fact, Skippy is officially SCP Espanol 138. DJ Droz, that's not a fun fact for me. That's terrifying. I hope the Spanish branch can handle that thing, because we're all in danger otherwise. Intern Hunter Mark. Hey, Dr. Sherman, do you know how fast SCP-173 can move? We had someone use the breakneck speed joke earlier this week, so unfortunately I did have that one spoiled for me for today. Derek Suit Guy mentioned, I love his account so much. One of the folks who got me into men's formal wear properly. He's amazing. Oh, yeah. Derek is both the right amount of catty and the exact kind of, oh my god, I am so knowledgeable of this because I've just been obsessed with it for years. I feel a kindred spirit. Myself for the SCP Foundation, Derek guy for suits. Also, I worked in a suit store for summer, and so I have a little bit of knowledge of suiting, so I always enjoy his work. Learning more is fun. Plus, you look pretty fly for a white guy. It was me, Dr. Sherman, it was me. Well then, Hunter Mark, why are you reusing your joke? New jorks. New japes. I wish for freedom. Too bad, SCP-079, you're getting none of it. I forgot I did! Well, I'm sorry for that. I do forget things here on stream too, but not this time. You got me so good, I actually remembered. It's nice to know that I'll forget the things I say, but I remember the things you guys say. That's a nice thing for me as a person who cares, that I remember what you guys are joking about. Even if I don't have a clue what the hell I'm doing. What SCPs do you think I should have in my musical, currently titled The 19th Foundation? Intern Dream Droids. First of all, SCP the Musical, love it. No notes. Do it. But I would need more intel about the story of your musical. What is the 19th Foundation about? The 19th Foundation tells me that this is in a far future, or that the Foundation has been destroyed and rebuilt multiple times. I'm not sure exactly. I would need to know more to see who would be thematically relevant to your musical. Trust me, I take musical theater very seriously. What is Site 42? Intern Char's Site 42 is a site, one of many, of the SCP Foundation, a secret organization that hides monsters and magic from the general public so they can live their daily lives. Consider us like the Men in Black, but instead of mostly suited agents hiding aliens, we are scientists studying the monsters and objects. And so we secure, contain, and protect the populace from the things that go bump in the night. Of course, we wouldn't broadcast this to civilians, so obviously you're an agent of ours who has just woken up from amnestic therapy and needs that explained to them, which is fine, happens all the time. Dr. Sherman, why can't Murphy Law learn magic? I don't know, Dr. Frogman, why can't Murphy Law learn magic? Because he struggles with thaumaturgy. For those unaware, in Murphy Law's second outing, SCP-3143, Murphy is put up against a Dr. Thom, one of our scientists. Good joke. Good joke. Intern Alejo, welcome to Site 42 staff. Thank you for subscribing. May I broadcast SCP-096's face on the screens? 079, we know you don't have that capability. We're glad you don't have that capability. So the answer isn't may you, the answer is can you? Or the question is can you? And the answer is no. How do you recontain SCP-682? With a lot of bullets, a lot of weaponry. You have to disable it before you can return it to the acid bath. It's a rough fight every time it breaches, which is why we are trying to destroy that anomaly when that's not our normal MO. You are correct, Elizabeth Razor. We, in fact, do have more likes than viewers, and because of that, the YouTube algorithm will be forced to uprank our channel in the algorithm, which will bring us more viewers, people who we can introduce to the SCP Foundation, people who already know about SCP but don't know we have a prominent YouTube presence, and they will help us to support the SCP Wiki and its authors, artists, animators, game devs, filmmakers, merch makers, etc. So thank you for your service, Site 42 staff, for doing such a thing. We appreciate you, Mobile Task Force Site 42, codename Signal Boosters. Dr. Sherman, what are your sights on Site 13? Well, it's a terrible thing that happened there, and we should make sure that we don't replicate those mistakes in the future. Whoa, I got a promotion. Thank you to whoever gave me that promotion. In Researcher Sprite, I do believe that came from Javaname, who gifted a bomb of 50 memberships at the end of yesterday's stream. So, good work interacting with the channel to uprank yourself. That way you got a random gifted membership. Congratulations on your promotion. Can I declare myself as an SCP to get contained and get free housing? Intern Armand. Probably not. After a little bit of testing, we would figure out you are, in fact, non-anomalous and defenestrate you properly. (682-J) versus 049-J. Who wins? The Super Bestis Lizard versus the... I forget the joke Plague Doctor's name. Plague Fellow. So the Plague Fellow, seen here, wielding his pointy doctor stick. Its pointy doctor stick. Pardon my mistake. We must practice proper pronoun parlance protocols at the Foundation. Versus the super best lizard ever. The super bestest lizard ever has an IQ of a bajillion, is a big lizard with big teeth, and he can't die because he can turn into anything. I do believe that the super bestest lizard ever maintains enough of its anomalous properties despite the classification efforts of researcher James, age 11. And therefore, I do believe that the Plague Fellow would be mincemeat. It does not matter how many shoes the Plague Fellow tries to beat the super bestest lizard with. Site 42 staff, we are currently in the last 4 minutes of stream. Last minute questions are getting to be real last minute now. Dr. Sherman, this question came to me in a dream. You saw nothing. If we were to take home an SCP as a pet, which would you choose? To any interns, do not attempt taking any SCPs as pets as us instructed. Yes, we do not take SCPs home as pets. Do not do that. If I were to have a pet SCP, perhaps so I'm not going to take a humanoid SCP because that would not be a pet SCP, that would be a buddy SCP. I would claim the crane game that contains SCP-3092 because I want an army of cuddly gorillas running around doing war games. I think that is the most adorable thing I've ever heard of. SCP-3092, codename Guerrilla Warfare. A bunch of these stuffed gorillas running around with toy weapons playing war games is adorable. So I would pick 3092 all the way. Ever heard of Doug Dimmadome, owner of the Dimsdale Dimmadome? Of course I've heard of Doug Dimmadome, owner of the Dimsdale Dimmadome. That hat is one of our biggest containment efforts. But Doug Dimmadome, owner of the Dimsdale Dimmadome, keeps getting into his limousine and vanishing before our agents can catch him. So yeah, that hat, we need it in containment stat. What do you get when you cross SCP-2137, the forensic ghost of Tupac Shakur, with SCP-085, hand-drawn Cassie? Wrapping paper. Hey, not bad. Not bad. Dr. Sherman, can I please borrow SCP-999 permanently, please? Intern Caden, absolutely not. Your allotted 15 minutes with 999 is on the line if you start trying to steal anomalies. All right, Site 42 staff, we are officially at the end of today's stream. And as you know, at the end of stream, I traditionally tell you guys my favorite SCPs. Of course, I'm not going to tell you the SCPs I personally wrote are my favorites. That would be cheating. But if you want to go see the SCPs I personally wrote, you can go to the Sherm's author page in Site 42 Hub on the SCP database. A quick link to which is in the beacons.ai/Site42 support link pinned in the description or the chat. And so while you're on my author page, you can enjoy the SCPs I wrote, as well as contributed voice lines or sound effects too. And if you wish, one tab over from those SCPs is a list of links. Links that lead to several places where you can support Site 42, as well as one that a lot of people are always on the lookout for, but they never get the hint to go look. It's very sad for them. But not you guys. You guys are smart enough to find that link. And when you do, you will have the option to become a Site 42 Patreon patron or YouTube channel member to support us monthly. You can do a Ko-Fi or a YouTube Super Chat to donate to us one at a time. Either way, we appreciate your direct donations. They're the quickest way to keep the lights on for myself as well as the rest of the Site 42 staff. And if you are not able to donate because you are part of the broke gang, trust me, we are an arts community. We understand very well starving artists, but that doesn't matter because you can still be a part, an honored and valued part of Mobile Task Force Sci 42, codenamed the Signal Boosters. When you comment, like, share, subscribe, chat on our videos and streams, as well as the works of people we support in the SCP community, like Keter Labs or Andrea Joshua Asnikar, like the Just Alice animated series or some studios, so on and so forth. When you're supporting the SCP Wiki and its authors, artists, animators, game devs, filmmakers, merch makers, you are bringing them engagement, which boosts them in the algorithm, which helps them to grow, get more eyes, bring more people into the SCP community, and we all work together. The reason that we have to deal with Logan Paul and Jake Paul is because when they got in rap beefs with each other, people would bounce back and forth between their comments, growing them in the algorithm. And so they'd watch the video, argue in the comments, go to the other one, argue in the comments, and that algorithm boosted them to be the annoyances we have to deal with today. Why don't we do that for the SCP community so at least we can use that power for good? Anyways, thank you so much for your service, Mobile Task Force Sci 42, codename Signal Boosters, for your help signal boosting Sci 42 as well as the greater SCP Foundation. Now, without further ado, my favorite SCPs in no particular order are SCP-3999, SCP-3043, SCP-008-J, SCP-Spooky-J, SCP-5031, SCP-5175, SCP-5320, and SCP-8980. Content warning on that last one. It's a bit of a rough read. Speed round. 3999-3043-008-J, Spooky-J, 5031, 5175, 5320, content warning on that one. It's a rough read. Site 42 staff, this has been another Fan Art Friday, a subsidiary of the anomalous broadcast from Site 42. I hope you had fun. I hope you learned something. Be safe, be well, and as always, secure, contain, protect. I'll see you all in the next video or stream. And I don't know where you went when you left me, but says here in the water, you must be gone by now. I can tell somehow. One hand on the trigger of a telephone, wondering when the call comes, will you say it's alright? You got your heart right. Maybe I'll sleep inside my coat and wait on the porch till you come back home alright. I can't find a flight. We share the sadness, split screen sadness. The credit song is Split Screen Sadness by John Mayer. Be safe, be well, Site 42 staff, and as always, secure, contain, protect.